This is what we call next level e-commerce.
So yeah, they bought a house online. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily do that in the UK. There's a lot of stuff you have to jump through in the UK. But I thought that was really cool. It's something that they went to an existing client and said, let's do something different, and they came up with that. And it is live, and people are buying houses through it, which I think is mental. But yeah, so that was just an intro into depth. There's a few of us around if you've got any other questions on who we are and what we do. But yeah, thanks for listening to that. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Mike.
No problem.
And now, complete with no fancy videos or voiceovers.
Or working demos. Right, on to the real stuff. So, my name is Pete Vickers, and I'm MVP Director of GUI Innovations, and I'm going to talk about multi-language apps. So I've spoken about something like this in the past, but your app, and not only your app, mobile app, more attractive to non-native English speakers if you can provide it in their own language. Obviously, devices are available all over the world, so if you can deploy your app in more than one language, it's a big advantage. Chinese and Indian markets are massive, cost-effective, low-price phones, so if you can deploy there, so much the better. So what we're going to do in this presentation, we'll take you through how to implement this in your own apps. We'll do a Xamarin app, we'll do a Windows Forms app, and we'll use a demo application. So how many of you or your companies have got apps in any of the stores? Any available in multiple languages? Windows desktop applications available in multiple languages. Anybody got those? Yep. How many people will consider implementing multiple languages in their apps? Strangely enough, I did an update to an app today. What's new? Now pay by phone now supports German, Italian. Got a couple of apps in languages. One where you can request your own language, and it's in about 40 languages now. So try and do a demo, a proof of concept, hopefully. It should be on here. As I say, this is a proof of concept app that I did for a company. So you can book a table, pick an occasion, etc. Contact us page, phone us, directions for getting there to the website. Who are we? Pen pictures of the people who work there with a bit of blurb about them. Bit of blurb about the bar, an option to book a table, advert for the company. Click on the Spanish flag, we get all the same immediately in Spanish. again, if we go into reserve a table, little drop down list, native languages. Again, the blurb in native. Buttons. And what was one sentence in English, seems about 5 sentences in Spanish. So that's an application, as I say, that we did for somebody. So what we're going to try and do, hopefully, is add to this application. So under the hood, we use resource files for everything that we show on the screen. So we've got English resource file, in this case a Spanish resource file. So all captions on labels, any text boxes, any drop downs, everything is held in a resource file, so there's nothing hard coded. We go and grab it when we build the form. You can loop through the controls, and we pick up from the tag, look up what the translation is depending on the language. Got a static for culture info. When we fire up the program, we get the current language from the settings because we retain it from run to run. And then when it's changed, we pass the language in, set the culture info to the new language, and away we go. The XAML on the screen. So for the button, button menu, button book, etc. Got a helper called translate, and that's the key it's going to use to look up. So our menu, book, contact us, etc. It will use that as a key to get a foreign language description. And this is the routine that it calls, translate, passes in a key, looks in the resource file using the key and the culture information that we set in the first, when we fired up, replace any carries and returns with new lines. So for when it's building the form, it'll use the helper, and every one of these it'll just go away, get the translation, put it on the bottom or the label. You can do it in code behind. So we've got a message box. So you can say, you know, get the caption for the message box, the message itself, and an OK button, as we say. So we use missing email to go and get that message, and the caption to put that on. So you've got the same key in English, and it will go and get the Spanish in this case. So translations, so everything's in resource files. So I took the resource file, exported it to Excel, sent it to a Spanish friend who translated it by printing the Excel spreadsheet out and writing the translations next to it, and then scanning it in and sending it back. So I explained what we really wanted. Used friends and colleagues to do other languages. So I used to be in business with a guy from Croatia, so we added Croatian to one of the languages, German, French, Italian. Well, there must be a better way than dropping resource files into Excel files, sending them out to people, getting them to translate, re-importing. And there is, else we wouldn't be here. Anyone heard of the Microsoft Multilingual App Toolkit? Keep talking to the converted there. It's an add-in to Visual Studio. Got a web address for it, so you just add the extension in. can install a multilingual editor, which we'll take a look at. And there's a web address that tells you how to do it again. You can supply you with that afterwards. So what does it do? It uses Azure Cognitive Services. When I was putting this talk together, as I say, I'd done one a few years ago, and I thought I could just reuse that, and everything I used then was out of date. So everything now goes through Azure Cognitive Services. You get a free allowance of 2 million characters per month. If you're going to use more than that, you're going to have to pay Microsoft some money. All you do is sign up, add a certificate, call it in program. Does automatic translation into many languages. We'll go through this. It allows you then to export the files for manual translation. Send it off to somebody. You can tell them to use the Microsoft Multilingual Editor, which we'll look at, or they can use Excel. Send it back and import. So if we look at our solution, the right-hand click, we've got Multilingual App Toolkit. It says we can add translation languages, generate machine translations, etc., etc. So this is just baked into your project now, so you can use it. So what we will try and do is add some more languages to our demo app. So I say we've already got a resource file in there, which has got all the English in. We've also got the Spanish equivalent. Right click on the project. Multilingual, add translation languages. So it shows a list of what we want to do. So we're going to add Arabic, French, German. And what it has done for us is created these XLF files. So even though it says Arabic, it's obviously still in English, and it has created us resource files for each language that we've specified. Yeah, which are empty. So what we can do is highlight these, right click, generate machine translations. Shown the video while we was doing this.
one's going to win.
You could have put money on it, but
Yeah. Run a little sweep there.
yeah, so the XLF files that we had there have now all been translated. The resource files are still empty. What we can do, I won't go through it, is, I've got less time than I thought. The XLF files, you can right click, export, use Microsoft we should do it really, I suppose. That's the file we've exported. This is the multilingual editor that we were talking about. So we've got all the keys in here, so we can edit it, we can mark it to say it's been translated. You can flag things, so you can send that, as I say, in Excel, or send it to someone who uses the translation, change the file, re-import it. Right, so back to the project. So if we build this project now, which will undoubtedly take ages and then ages to deploy. So what it'll do now is take the XLF files that we translated, put them into resource files so we can use them in the software without any changes.
Quick question. You know, you say you get 2 million free characters.
Yeah,
Is that source characters or translated characters? Because obviously, if you do 5 languages, that's obviously more
there's
characters.
so much characters if you look at what you send.
Yes, that better. Cool.
Right, but you have to, do you get ticked off every time you send it to get translated to another language? So if you've got 10 languages, does it mean you've got effectively 200,000 or 2 million English characters?
It'll count the English characters, so the
So
three
when you send it, you say, I want this translated into these
Yeah,
5 languages.
yeah.
So you want to do them all in one go, really?
yeah,
So-
which is what that was doing
Yeah.
before, so it just sends them all. Right, I'm trying. You wouldn't believe this was an i7 with 16 gig of memory.
Well, it's Visual Studio, so.
Right, so we've now got our resource files, so it's taken that. So we've got German, French, make a quick code change. We'll try and deploy it to the Android that I've got set here.
So would you send this translated text, say the Spanish, translate to your Spanish friend and say, have a look at this and
Yeah,
see if it
use
makes
the-
sense to you?
This is the link to download for the multilingual editor, or you can say you can send it to Excel. But
Yeah,
if you send the XLF, you can import that back in.
right.
One of the options in the multilingual is import translated file. So they can go through the ones that don't need translating, they can just tick the ones they correct and they can make notes and everything like that.
Guess you can translate the Excel back into the Excel output.
Yes, so you can import it. As I said, so they can either use multilingual editor or Excel. But they are easier, I would guess, to use the multilingual editor. It's easy for you when you get it right.
Yeah,
Looks
easy,
like-
easy for the programmer, but I guess more.
It's
I
a bit-
expect more people to be
Yeah,
able
it's
to
a
use
bit,
Excel.
bit like Excel.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got columns down at the bottom, so you can just change.
We had any experience of actually, you know, how much they have to change? How good is the automated translation?
I ran the Spanish one past a friend
Yeah.
and said it was very good.
Right, okay.
They had to change a few things, probably from my English one. But they said it came across quite well. So now we should have German.
Now, this is a typical internationalisation problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Because the long-winded German won't fit into the button.
Great point, that's encouraged.
Application is broken.
Yes, I think that's a German file. Try again. So all our drop downs been translated. Back screen. Go back into German.
On this screen, why it's OK and cancel is not translated?
Pardon?
OK and cancel is not translated here.
No, we'll look at that in the Windows app because we've not changed the language of the device, we've changed the language of the application. There is a way of hooking into the message box and changing that, which we do in the Windows form.
Does that mean if the device was already running in German because the German speaker, those would already be
They would, yes.
German and the rest of
Yeah.
them would be English by default?
So all we're doing is setting the culture info for the code that we're running. So it'll still pick, okay, it'll still pick the English dialogues up, but there is, as I say, there is a way around that. So we can just break this and solve it with it.
You have to be a bit careful with fonts, these non-Latin.
It picks up the native fonts. As you said, the problem is on something like German where one word in English might finish with 5 words in German.
Or vice versa.
You've got to do a bit of tweaking. So hopefully, I've now got this in Arabic. And I think that is like a table. You see, it's done right to left, so it's automatically done the right to left justification. So combo boxes, everything like that, would be done right to left.
That one just looked left aligned.
Sorry,
That view we were just looking at there looks very much left aligned.
shouldn't be. It should.
It was about, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
That's sent the about screen is sent. The code actually centre aligns the text, so it's got alignment centre on that. So
It's left,
That does look left.
and the book itself is left.
should be centre. I'll have a look afterwards. So that's. I don't want it to tap across. So we just added 3 languages there with next to no code changes, except for adding the flags and the click events that are already done. All the translations are generated from our resx file. So there's no need for the translator to use the multilingual editor. If you're at home in Excel, you can use Excel. This is the most flexible way I've found of doing it. There may be other ways. So if we look at a Windows Forms app quickly, Pizza's here yet.
It is actually, yeah. Don't worry. Mike's testing every piece individually, so we'll be alright.
You want to do pizzas now?
It's going to take us 5 minutes to unbox it, so do you want to carry on for a bit and we'll unbox it?
Yeah. So that was a Xamarin app. I didn't show it, but the UWP works and the iOS version obviously works at the same time. Windows Forms app, again, very much the same. If we just run it. Yeah, so what I've tried to do is an image, option buttons, checkboxes. I've got a drop down of the languages, but there's nothing there yet, so we'll do the translation. The way it adds the captions, etc., there's a change controls routine that goes through. It just goes through the list of controls, child and parent controls. In this case, it uses the name, but you can use the tag to do a lookup. So again, we go there. German. So again, they'll create the files, we're doing nothing with them except generate the translations. So if you want to put money on one of these bill notes, it's up to you. Again, as you see there, it's created all the resource files for us and do the translations and hopefully so it would pick. Point off. Italian, Arabic. So this is the case where I was saying we've intercepted the message box and we've put translations on yes, no, cancel in this case. As you can see, hopefully that is right to left. I'll go. German. Italian. But the last minute I was in Japanese and forgot to add the language. But... So again, we've there added 4 languages without any code changes whatsoever. The routine goes through all the controls. Not the same set language. So routine there that goes through the stack of controls. Go back to presentation. So we just added, so it's got 5 there, but 4 because I forgot to add Japanese. With no code changes to the application at all. Again, all the translations generated from our initial resource file. Again, use the multilingual editor, could use Excel. As I say, this is the most flexible way I found of doing it. If anybody knows a better way, or suggestions. All right, thanks. Any questions on using that in applications?
Did you have examples where you're using placeholders? So if you book a table for 4 people,
Yeah.
the confirmation would say you book a table for 4.
Yeah, that's all within the regex files, so there's parameter substitution in there, so you can send it a message box up to, I think, 5 parameters and it will replace them.
And the editor that the translator would use, does that prevent the translator from ruining the placeholder syntax?
I think you'd have to tell them that anything that you see that's either a curly bracket or whatever, you just ignore, and that will be filled in by the application. But things like that will be translated anyway, so it will pick the translation up use the substitution to put it in there.
Do you need to recompile every time you change the translation?
Yes, because the resource files finish up as DLL files. So that's that you can't just do it on the fly. I suppose you could just send a DLL file out, but maybe a bit iffy. But yeah, it compiles everything into DLL files, suffix with the language, so you know what before.
With the problem you had with, say, the German language translation, some of the words being very wrong, do you have any strategies for managing that?
Sorry?
Do you have any strategies for managing for say, the German language case?
It's not just German.
No, it isn't just German, it's others. Mobile app's more difficult because obviously you've got limited screen real estate. The buttons are multi-line, those could be squares and down about, and you could get 2 lines on a button. But you could obviously do string measuring and things like that, so you can measure a string to see if it fits.
Reduce font size if it's not going to, something like that. Yeah. What about the size of the application with, you know, if you've got 40, 50 languages, you could have hundreds, couldn't you, of languages?
You could,
You want to cover every
and
possibility.
the DLL size is half a meg, that's the other bit.
Do all of those DLLs get distributed to every language? So if you've got 50 languages, you only have them say in French, you still got like German, something like that.
If you want to switch it at runtime. If you only wanted to send it out in French, you could just deploy the French DLL.
Is there a way of doing that? Like, send on the relevant language to the country, the target country, you know what I mean?
Whether you could do it in your install.
Probably do it in the project settings, you see it's called, with the condition compilation.
Yeah.
Would you have to have a different app for each store, though? For each